pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to the 1 o'clock regular meeting of the Southampton Town Board of Trustees for November 21st, 2022. I would like to ask our Secretary Treasurer Pell to call the roll, please.
William Parrish.
Present.
Ann Walker.
Here.
Edward J. Warner Jr.
Present.
William Pell, President.
Recording in
Scott Howard,
progress.
President.
Present.
We are all here, ready for you.
We have a quorum. Thank you very much. Okay, so just for the public's information, our next scheduled work session is December 5th, 2022, 9:30 a.m. here at beautiful Town Hall, followed by the general session on the same day, December 5th, at 1 p.m. We do have some meeting minutes that have to be approved. It's the regular meeting of August 15th, 2022.
I'll second that, Scott.
Are we all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. There was some communications that were sent, and everybody's been. We can dispense with reading of the communications here, since you hopefully read that at your own leisure.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion, I have a discussion on here for waterfowl PowerPoint presentation. I want to turn the floor over to Trustee Welker.
Okay, we should be having Bay Constable Franks, or Harbor Master Franks, or the Marine Patrol Franks on via Zoom to do a presentation about the waterfowl season, which commenced this past Saturday. So Charles, are you able to bring Rich Franks on? Great, thank you. So this is a presentation that, just while we're waiting for Mr. Franks, this is a presentation that we've done last couple years, just to educate the public about our waterfowl season and our waterfowl program. It's an extensive waterfowl program, the largest in the state, correct?
Yes.
So, and we feel that in light of the increasing number of newer homeowners in the area, that it's advantageous to us to educate and inform
Yep.
these homeowners. So, Mr. Franks, would you,
Can you start your video?
Joe? No.
What?
Like, sit over, no, yeah, out in the, yeah.
Okay.
Can you start your video?
is he nodding or replying, Charles?
He's not starting his video.
Right,
I can't see him nod if I don't
But-
see the video.
thank you for that. Maybe we can carry on, and then we can come back if he's, when he comes on. I'm not sure, perhaps he's,
Hey, Charles, is he there at all?
He's there,
Yeah.
but he's not responding.
right. Did you text him? Because I just texted him.
Rich, can you speak?
It won't let me call in, it won't let him call in.
He should use those Zoom links that I sent him.
Is he on a computer? Can't do a presentation on the phone.
There we go.
Can you speak?
I just asked him if he was on a computer and if he could use the Zoom link that Jess
You
sent
want to
him.
move on to some other
He's
stuff?
on.
He's on?
Black screen is him.
That's the black screen? Is his camera, he's got his cameras on and everything, huh? No?
His camera's not, because there's no video.
Technology issues?
He didn't turn the light on.
He might not have a camera.
Did they pay the electric bill for the
We have to buy
lights?
cameras for every single computer.
Yeah, but he can do
He
an
didn't say
audio.
anything
Hey,
about
Rich?
that, though.
So, we have the PowerPoint. So do we have to do the PowerPoint if Richie can't do it?
I mean, we could bring it up, but we need to hear him.
Rich, can you turn on your audio, if not your video?
You wanna do the PowerPoint? We'll read through the PowerPoint
Wait.
for the public?
Sure, he's responding. Sorry, Charles, I thought we had all this,
You want to, You wanna-
he says the link isn't working.
all right,
He
you wanna,
is in.
he's in.
He said, okay.
You wanna approve some permits while we're waiting?
He said he'll try again.
His equipment is out.
All right, let's approve some permits while using
We
our
s-
time, so he can
Thank
work
you.
out his technology issues. So let me just ask you this first of all. I'm gonna call for public portion at this part of our agenda, and just that being said, there's nobody here from the public. So we're gonna chug past that to the application for permits, and please note that the Board of Trustees hereby waives a public hearing on the following applications because it has been determined that the following projects do not raise a significant degree of public interest or public input is not needed to aid the decision-making process. So I have trustee resolution 2022-312. It's the application of Cotswolds LLC, 40 Ocean Avenue. It's in the Village of Quogue, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 902-10-3-24. I'd like to make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Seconded, trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
I have trustee resolution 2022-313. It's a renewal, first time for Ann V. Fisher, Riverco Trust, 15 Norton Place, North Sea. Tax map 959-1-2. Body of water, Davis Creek. Like to get this,
I'll second it, Billy.
Seconded,
Thanks.
trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Trustee Resolution 2022-265, this is to authorize payment to H2M Architects and Engineers for sediment sampling analysis and environmental services for Fresh Pond in the Village of North Haven. This sediment sample was requested by the DEC. Jim Walker of InterScience secured the H2M, but we needed DEC to approve the company and the sediment analysis that they had requested. That has now happened, so I would like to ask for the approval of this so that the Fresh Pond North Haven permit can go forward. So may I please, I'd like to approve this.
second.
You have a question?
I do have a question. I want to comment about this. We've gone through this, this will be the third permit that we've gotten for the area to do the dredging. And this is a new protocol that has been initiated by the DEC. Many people don't understand dredging, and working with many of the homeowners at Fresh Pond and working through this whole process, we started probably 18 months ago in this process to renew this permit. And it's taken this long to get this permit to the point where it's renewable. You know, sometimes these processes become so burdensome that, you know, the dredging and the other projects that we do, you know, really don't get carried through in a timely fashion. But unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, that Ann followed very closely with the homeowners and Jim Walker, and we're at the point now where after we approve this, get the sediment done, that we can do the dredging and move the material to Circle Beach in, at Mill Creek, which would be a public benefit for beach nourishment.
Was there a
So,
question, though, relative to this part of the process with the state in terms of why they were requesting this? We
Yes.
did not request this in the past, and he was trying to, you know,
Yes.
work
I
through.
I followed up on that. Jim Walker was concerned because being that this was a renewal, he did not feel that it was a grain analysis was required, but DEC, when this was followed up on, said they did want a
It was
grain
a new
analysis. So,
folks, right?
but to Ed's point, kudos to Ed and also to the homeowners surrounding the pond. We've had multiple Zoom calls with them, and they will be contributing to the dredging costs, yes. So,
Because our budget's not gonna sustain us.
yep,
At all.
no, that was made very clear, but they have been very, very diligent in looking to have this done. And this permit, actually, we did apply well in advance. We
So-
started,
So we have a motion, we have a second, and we all in favor?
yes.
Aye.
And it was a great learning experience for the public.
So much great learning.
It was.
Trustee Resolution 2022-314, adopt the 2023 trustee final operation budget. We discussed this at the November 7th meeting and the last meeting. I'd like to have this passed through.
I'll second it, Billy.
Seconded, trustee Warner, all in favor?
Thank you. Trustee Resolution 2022-315, amend 2022 adopt budgets for vehicles.
Need an additional 60,000.
We need additional 60,000 for some new vehicles. I'd like to get this passed.
I'll second it.
Seconded, trustee Warner, all in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Okay, I have trustee resolution 2022-316. This is to set our meeting dates for 2023, and everybody got a copy of it. I thank Jessica Feldman for doing a good job, keeping this in synchronicity with what we generally will do, that the public is kind of used to. I'd like to also commend the trustees for the 2022 attendance. I think it's been exemplary. Everybody kind of moved along diligently. We did a lot of work, so.
And we should let the public know that we might be moving to a new venue, but we will be still holding meetings here, correct?
Yes.
That's
So-
correct.
So I just want to let everybody know that.
Correct, and we can talk about that.
Yep.
later. Let's get these
Yep.
resolutions cleared. So
So-
I have a motion on the table.
Second.
Second.
Trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Can you ask Rich to go out and
I-
come back in?
Charles,
He's-
I'm texting him right now.
Okay,
I got
thank you,
it.
Jess.
So my Jess is on it. Charles, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Trustee Resolution 2022-317, this is to authorize InterScience for professional services regarding 10-year dredging permit from New York State DEC and the Army Corps of Engineers for Fresh Pond, and to authorize the president to sign DEC and Army Corps permit documents. So this is work that needs to be done around Fresh Pond dredging, and we need InterScience's paperwork to be current.
Second.
Seconded, trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2022-318, resolution to authorize to purchase a new 60-horse outboard for the Marine Maintenance Garvey, which they use all the time. I'd like to get this passed.
I'll second that,
Second.
Billy.
Thank you.
Seconded, trustee Warner, this is a 60-horse that's designed for a console too, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
All right.
Okay, we have 2022-319, authorize the signing of stipulation of discontinuance and order extinguishing the declaration of covenants and restrictions, whereas an action was brought by plaintiff Lido Azzurro LLC against defendant, the trustees of the freeholders of the commonality of the town of Southampton and Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of Suffolk, index number 619097/2020, whereas such matters having been duly considered or resolved between the parties, now therefore be resolved that the president of the trustees and freeholders of the commonality of the town of Southampton, Scott M. Horowitz, is hereby authorized to sign an order extinguishing a declaration of covenants and restrictions relating to the aforementioned action, and be it further resolved that the attorney for the trustees of the freeholders of the commonality of the town of Southampton, Mark McBredman, is hereby authorized to sign a stipulation of discontinuance on behalf of the trustees relating to the aforementioned action.
Second that.
Seconded by trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2022-320, 2022/23 waterfowl hunting location applications for removal of co-permittees. I'm just going to read this list here. It's, the first one's Eugene G. Squires and Shelby Chercamo for permit number 194. Mark D. Zaluski and Mark Jared Zaluski, permit 128. Kmar Lester and Michael K. Lester, permit 93. Kmar Lester and Michael K. Lester, permit number 91. Kevin J. Roussel and Randy Cracky, permit number 29. Timothy Seeger and Finn Kelly, permit number 279. Southampton Town Bay Constables pursuant to Article 5, Section 38, have reviewed the waterfowl hunting location applications listed above and have recommended that they be approved.
I'll second that.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2022-321, under waterfowl hunting and location. Application for addition of co-permittees, whereas the Board of Trustees finds that the subject is a type 2 action pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617. No further action or review. These are locations where there are going to be an addition of a co-permittee. 1, John Zaluski, permit 163. 2, William H. Robinson, permit 204. 3, William H. Robinson, permit 238. 4, William P. Stabelic, permit number 88. And 5, I don't know if that's a mistake, but
Scrivener's error.
Scrivener's error, another permit for William P. Stabelic.
I'll second that.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2022-322, transfer of permit holder status. We have 9 of them where they're going to be transferring. First one, Timothy Seeger and Kenny A. Booth Jr. Next is Robert Terry, followed by Robert J. Downs, Frederick Havemeyer, and Frederick C. Havemeyer IV. Another one for Frederick C. Havemeyer III and Frederick C. Havemeyer IV. One for Joe Kirby, permit 164. Another one for Joe Kirby, permit number 208, transfer. Another one to Joseph Kirby, permit number 234, transferring to Henry O. Krenborg. And then we have one for Leonard Nodoff, permit number 79, transferring to William E. Miller Jr.
Second, Scott?
Seconded by trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
It's a busy program, as trustee Walker was pointing out. We have trustee resolution 2022-323. This is hunting location applications for approved individuals coming off of the wait list. We have Brian M. Simmons with permit number 98 in Eastern Shinnecock Bay. And we have Sean H. Kilfoyle with permit number 256 in Peconic River coming off of the wait list, getting the permit, so.
I'll second it, Scott.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
I believe that there are 103, is that what I saw the other day? 103 people on the wait list, Jess? You may not have that number. I saw
Usually
it.
around 100, yeah.
So,
It's moving a
I
little
could
bit.
Yep.
tell you.
That's good.
so, no, it's fine, Jess. I just
Trustee
making
Parrish?
that
I
point.
think we're at like 99.
Next is trustee resolution 2022-324. It's the denial of a new waterfowl hunting location application of Todd J. Smith, west side of Swan Island, village of West Hampton Dunes. Whereas a waterfowl hunting location application of Todd Smith was received in the trustee's office on October 31st, 2022 for one new waterfowl hunting location pursuant to Article 5, Section 38B2, in which the proposed WHL is located in the waters off of Swan Island in the village of West Hampton Dunes. And whereas following the recommendations of the Bay Constable, with 2 waterfowl hunting locations registered in the same area, adding another waterfowl hunting location would be a safety issue. Therefore, the Board of Trustees pursuant to Article 5, Section 38C2, have sufficiently reviewed the proposed
Waterfowl
WHL
hunting.
application listed above and have determined that the location requested is at an unsafe distance from other blinds in the area and therefore have recommended that it be denied.
Second.
Seconded trustee Bell, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Trustee resolution 2022-325, notice of public hearing for Christopher Dunlap, 7 Trends Lane, Hampton Bay, Suffolk County, tax map 900-347-1-1.5, body of water, Shinnecock Bay. We're gonna put that on, noticing it now, and when is it going,
December 19th.
December 19th meeting, we'll hold the public hearing, correct?
So December 19th, 2022,
Yeah,
it'll be at 1 o'clock here at
Yep.
Town Hall. I'll second trustee Warner's motion.
Wait, question.
Good.
I had asked if it would be possible to place the notice not only on the road, but
But on the
also
water
on the
side.
beach.
Yes, I think that was,
Is that
I
possible?
made that request.
Cool, okay.
Yes, in an email today.
yes.
Okay, that's great, thank
That
you.
was-
Public
And I'll make
Yes.
I'll make 2 signs when I make the signs.
Okay.
Motion and a second. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
right, thank you.
Trustee Resolution 22-326, Budget and Finance. Warrant 18 of the year 2022. Per recommend of the review of the town comptroller, the following vendor payment warrant 17 be approved of the amount of $63,039.25. Con and Con, $43,407.06.
That's a
Crawler Head, $50. Construct, $242. General Code, $38.40. Joseph Labarda, $1,850. PSEG of Long Island is $182.49. Stroker and Stern is $9,262.13. Staples contract is $5,999.98. Town of Southampton is $7.19. It's really cheap. Trustees of freeholders of East Hampton, $2,000. A total of $63,039.25.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Welker. Just take note, it's over like $55,000 going out in legal expense.
Yes.
Think about it.
Protect the
Good we
freeholders.
do right, it's gotta be done.
But if you look at it over the term of the lawsuit, it probably comes down to 10
Oh.
cents,
Oh, my God, it's
10
millions.
cents a
The
year.
point
No,
is, like,
it's
we're
one-
buying trucks, it's like, you need this equipment to like help take care of things around here. And it's just frustrating.
This has been a
We got-
long,
We gotta,
long,
that's only one of several issues. So we got a motion, we got a second, all in
Yeah.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, trustee Pell. We are at the point now before we head for exec session where it's trustee discussion time. So if any of the
I thought we were
trustees,
trying to get Richie on for the water.
well, is Richie here?
Jess, did you have any luck?
He's not responding now, let me just
Okay,
give him a call.
so
Right.
while we're working on technology issues, let's have the trustee discussion part of this.
I just want to mention something. I want to thank Jay Schneiderman. A couple of years ago, when Eric Schultz was president, he noticed that we did not have enough room in our office, and he wanted to move us to the basement. And we talked about it, went around, and then we decided that it wasn't a good space. Had a lot of problems down there. So then he decided that he offered the auditorium to us, but that had a lot of trouble. Then he said he would buy us a building, which we were very grateful, and him and Scott and other trustees went around looking at buildings, and Scott and him found a building in Hampton Bays, a old doctor's office, good location for the town people. And they went ahead and bought it. And they had a resolution back on 8/9/22 to buy us a building. So hopefully this springtime we'll be there. In the resolution says the town finds the property appropriate, suitable for operating the town facilities, including the trustees. They pay a little bit under $2 million for the property. Okay, everything was going good up until recently. And that was by the way, this resolution from the town board, all the town board members voted for it. With no problems, they all were for it. We get a phone call, a letter. By the way, the letter can be foiled. It was from one of the town board members, okay? And she's also decided that we should not go there. We should go to the Civic Center in the middle of Hampton Bays, which is, there's no parking. So if someone wants to come and get a permit or see us, there's no place to park. There's not enough room for all the trustees to be in the same building at the same time. That's one of the trouble we have downstairs. If more than two are in the office, one of us and the third one comes in, we have to go outside. Can't be in the same office at the same time.
True.
So it's very difficult to get our work done. So, we're wasting a lot of time arguing back and forth with this one board member who's supposed to be representing us to the town board, who's supposed to come and listen to us and bring our problems back to the town board. But instead, the person is coming and scolding us, writing this letter, which we have asked the town attorney to answer this several times, but we have never got an answer. And it says in the letter that the trustees are acting unethical and borderline illegal on some instance, okay? This really upsets us because we are, all five of us are very honest people. We are very dedicated, and we don't know what we're doing wrong, what we're being accused of. If you look back at her, at this board member, she's very unethical. She voted for it, then a few weeks later, no, you can't have the office building. And Scott worked very hard negotiating to get this building for the trustees for the future. Like the town engineer says, you have to have an office, you have to look 20 years down the road for the future, make sure it's big enough, it's safe enough, secure for our files to be there. So this is quite disturbing to us, to me anyway, that we're wasting so much time arguing about an office building when we could be putting clams in, but protecting the beach rights, and so on down. I mean, maybe the other trustees want to say, put some input on this, maybe they don't, maybe they do. But this is just how I feel. I'm only 1 out of 5. And I like to have this letter answered. If the public want to see it, they can foil it. But I don't think the person had the right to write this to us. Thank you very much.
I have to say something. Up until the point I have to recuse myself, and then I'll defer to Mr. Lombardo. I just had a question. I see there's a board resolution that was adopted, and then another titled replaced. Did the town board ever recall and amend the previously adopted resolution?
That I do not know.
Who drafted the resolution I'm looking at now titled replaced?
That wouldn't be done by this board's level,
That's
Mark.
the
This
town.
wouldn't be
No,
done at
that
this
would
board's
be
level.
done
That's
at
the
the
town board.
town
West
board.
Shore.
Okay,
That's the town.
so,
That's not,
okay,
It says
And
it
I-
right on the upper
and I-
right-hand portion of the letter.
okay,
of
I
the
just wanted to
resolution.
make sure. And it's replaced and adopted with the new language, including offices for the trustees?
Yes.
That's already been discussed?
And the
You
town
have
board, and the town board
is that what you're reading, Mark?
worked very hard on this.
I have replaced. I only have the word
That's what Billy
replaced.
read first.
Yeah.
And normally I see amended and adopted.
There is one that's adopted.
Yes, adopted.
Right. The one that says adopted doesn't have
Amended.
the language including offices for the trustees.
Sure it does.
It does?
Does.
Okay.
Does it, Mark?
Where is it?
6th paragraph down. Whereas the town of Southampton finds that the property is appropriate and suitable for the operation of town
Oh, including
facilities,
offices for trustees.
including offices
I
of
see
the
that.
town
What was
trustees.
what was the need for the amendment? And that's the only thing I'm unclear on, or for the
You'd have to
replacement.
ask
You'd
the
have to
town
ask the
board.
town
That's the
board.
town board.
That wasn't-
Okay. It had nothing to do with what? okay.
No.
Oh,
We're
now
just very upset that
I
we were
understand.
promised something, and they had a resolution, and now one of the board members is taking it away from us. And they have not answered this letter, the town attorney's office.
Okay. On that, and I apologize that I can't weigh in.
No.
I have both
It's-
hats on right now, but it's
Well,
Joe.
you've got a difficult spot there. No.
Want to see anything, Scott?
Anybody else?
I think we deserve the respect of the oldest elected board in, North America. Basically, we predate and the town and the town board, and we're independently elected like they are. And I feel that having a place that we can call home for the next 20 years is a step in the right direction, along with us getting our tax line moving forward into the next century. I think the people that voted us in and the people that come to our office for permits. I lived through Town Hall when you couldn't get a parking spot for 10 or 15 minutes. You'd have to drive around it. I was given a couple parking violations by the village because I parked in the wrong area the first couple times I came here 16 years ago. Now we're looking to move us to Hampton Bays in an area where we have our own parking lot, our own offices, which I think is great. The second choice that they're looking to maybe move us to in Hampton Bays is going to be problematic. Overcrowded parking lot, limited office spacing. We're looking at a 20-year plan here. We have 17 staffers in the trustee's office, and we, like the town, are growing every year. So moving forward, it would be really counterproductive for us to take our time and move out of town hall right now to a spot where we're going to basically come upon the same problem that we have here. Have limited staffing, space for our staffing, and and in difficulty traveling back and forth. I think Hampton Bays is in the center of the town is a great appropriate spot for the trustees to be located. So I'm solely in favor of moving to 240 West Montauk Highway. Like I told you, Scott, when I met with you and the rest of the board, walking through there and multiple times, and the real estate broker. So I think it's a good step in the right direction.
It is.
Trustee Parrish, do you have anything you want to add to this?
No.
Okay. Trustee Welker?
Not at this point.
Okay. I would just like to say, as the president of this association here, of this great board of directors, sitting here, the oldest elected board there is in the country, with basically the heart of our community in our hands, the natural resources, the public access, our beautiful waterways and bays. I kind of complimented everybody on their diligent attendance this year and efficient, working for the people of the town. And, we didn't really miss a beat through all of COVID. We kept right on running, as difficult as it was. And, my philosophy, has always been I would try and figure out what I can do what I could do for somebody to try and help something out, as opposed to what I can do to them. And, when I sit here and I do the analysis of the responsibility after, dealing with all these lawsuits, taking care of all these trustee roads that, on one hand, they tell you are private, but we're a public trust for public access and public safety, and, trying to balance budgets and manage through, disasters and blizzards and everything else. I think it would make more sense for everybody to, as Trustee Pell said, not waste a lot of time on things, but sit down and figure out how we make it all work. Because at the end of the day, that's what the people of this town expect us to do. And that's what my intentions are to do. Work with people, collaborate, find solutions, not solutions that just work for today, but solutions that will work for a generation. For example, implementation of the tax district that was gotten through the legislature after years and years of trying, signed by the governor, so that we can iron out a lot of these operational details. Not about getting a divorce, because we need each other. It's about the respectful working of the trustees with the town and any other entity, villages and other authorities that we have to work with, and properly funded and budgeted with sustainability and stability, which is what we all need. So I will say I hear and I feel your frustration, and I respect your ability to voice, and I know you've been here for a long time, and your father was here before that. And, between this and Conservation Board, it's 7 terms for me. And I work very hard for the people of this town. And
The two boards have to respect each other.
that's what it is. It's about respect. It's about how do we make this work. There are agreements between the trustee board and the town board, stipulations, things that got wrinkled up, that got ironed out, that seem to continually get wrinkled up, and it's really unfortunate, because to your point, it does waste a lot of time.
Yeah, we both have to work together, and we have to make the town better.
So I would say this, is that I will be cautiously optimistic that we will stay on our course. We will get to where we need to be. If there's anything we all learned, you can't be hot bunking employees in this day and age. This distancing and keeping people healthy is important. And you do have to think to the next level with, not putting too many activities in too small an area. So let's be cautiously optimistic that we can work together, we can resolve these issues, we can get our implementation through. It's about seeing what we can do that's going to benefit everybody at the end of the day. So that being said, is there anything else that I've missed here at the trustee discussion for the general session before we go back into our executive session to work on other issues that the trustees have to do at a different venue.
Well, the only question is if,
Rich.
whether,
Rich,
Rich
we may have to
Franks.
reschedule that. We seem to be having some
He-
substantial
he
technical
said
difficulties.
he said he was switching computers. Charles, are you able to see Rich, or has he switched yet?
No, Rich.
I think it
Jess.
may make sense at
Yeah,
this point in
I think
time,
so.
based on the operational difficulties, to
Okay.
perhaps
Push
postpone
to-
this
Yep, that's
to the
fine.
December 5th meeting.
Yep.
Maybe in person works better.
Yep.
I mean, you know, you come, you
Maybe
make
for
your
him.
presentation, and
Yep.
you're good. We don't have to rely on all this.
Okay, I'll let him know.
All right, folks?
Can I give one quick update on the shellfish and
Sure, absolutely.
Cornell Crawford Extension?
Please do.
Last week, put about 200,000 juvenile bay scallops in eastern Shinnecock Bay, and 1/3 in eastern Shinnecock Bay, and 2/3 in western Shinnecock Bay, Tiana Bay, and areas west of the Poncork Bridge. It's working with CPF funding, a project that they did last year for us to do scallop restoration. And we also purchase scallops from them every year, and this year our scallops are going to go, that we purchase from Cornell, not the CPF scallops, are gonna go in Murch's Bay and also in Cold Springs Harbor, in the pond over there. Both areas were chosen previous years, but because of the parasite on the north side, the survival rate hasn't been that good. And that's one of the reasons that, looking towards Murch's Bay, and talking to some of the fishermen in Brookhaven and Points West, they have some scallops up there this year, and they survive pretty good. So maybe putting some of our shellfish in that part of the town might help them survive, and maybe get some scallop recruitment in Murch's Bay.
I have one more thing to add too. Conscious Point Hatchery, over the week on Saturday, myself and their crew put roughly 150,000 clams in North Sea Harbor, some in the closed area, some on open bottom.
Oh, good.
Again,
Oh,
it's
great.
good. They did a wonderful job down
Nice.
there.
It's nice working with those guys.
Yeah, actually, they're gonna go back, they're gonna ask us permission. I said to send us a letter and the time and the date so we can notify the DEC and the Bay Constable. They wanna go do some sample and see if the stuff they put in the last 2 or 3 years have grown.
Okay.
I said, no problem.
Good?
Yep.
Anybody else before we go into exec?
Rich might be off on 12/5, he's checking.
Well,
That's fine.
we'll
We'll-
figure it out, because right now,
Yeah.
we've obviously got technical
Yep.
issues going on here, so if there's nothing more, I think it's more important for us to adjourn the meeting, go
Yep.
into our executive session, so. Before we do that, this board would like to wish everybody out there a very healthy and happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay? Be safe out there, enjoy your families.
Yeah, thanks for that, Scott,
You're welcome.
and to all of you.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by trustee
Second.
Warner, seconded trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
We're
Aye.
gonna adjourn our meeting, go into executive session for purpose of discussing litigation.
And turkey.